In a world of kings and kingdoms where power often corrupts, one man's journey reveals the beauty of unwavering faith amidst human imperfection. This is the story of David, a shepherd, a warrior, a king, and a man after God's own heart. From shepherd to giant slayer, David's story begins in the rolling hills of Bethlehem. A young shepherd tending his father's flock, David found solace in nature, composing psalms to praise God. But this seemingly ordinary life was interrupted when the prophet Samuel anointed him as the future king of Israel. Soon the boy shepherd stood before Goliath, a giant warrior whose presence struck fear into the hearts of seasoned soldiers. Armed only with a sling, 5 smooth stones, and unshakable faith, David declared, "The Lord will deliver you into my hands." He slung a stone that struck Goliath, felling the giant and turning a shepherd boy into Israel's hero. Yet beneath his victory lay the seeds of a life filled with trials, bonds of brotherhood, shadows of betrayal. As David grew in fame, he found an unexpected ally, Jonathan, son of King Saul. Their friendship was a bond of loyalty and love, unshaken even as Saul's jealousy turned deadly. Saul, consumed by envy of David's popularity, sought to kill him. David fled, wandering as an exile, always one step ahead of Saul's spear. Yet even in hiding, David showed remarkable restraint. Twice he had the chance to kill Saul, but he refused, saying, "I will not lift my hand against the Lord's anointed." Their conflict ended tragically. Saul and Jonathan died in battle, leaving David to grieve his best friend and ascend to the throne of Israel. The weight of the crown. David's reign began with triumph. He united the tribes of Israel, conquered Jerusalem, and brought the Ark of the Covenant to the city. But his greatest victories were shadowed by personal failure. In a moment of weakness, David fell for Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah. His sin led to a chain of deceit and tragedy, culminating in Uriah's death. Confronted by the prophet Nathan, David repented with a broken heart, crying out, "Create in me a pure heart, O God." Though forgiven, David's household bore the consequences of his actions. Yet through it all, his faith never wavered, and God's promises to him endured. David's legacy. As David neared the end of his life, he reflected on a legacy of faith and flaws. His son Solomon was chosen to succeed him, fulfilling God's promise that David's lineage would endure forever. David's final words were not of his victories or his failures, but of God's unfailing love. In Solomon, the builder of the temple, David's legacy found its fulfillment. But the greater promise was yet to come. A descendant of David would rise to establish an eternal kingdom. This is the life of David, a shepherd who became a king, a sinner who found grace, and a man whose faith pointed to the ultimate king to come.